Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really foundational, the phrase Bismillah. We're using insights from the document KANDUNGAN.pdf.
That's right. It's the phrase Bismillahirrahmanirrahim,
which translates literally to, with the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful.
And it's much more than just words you say at the start. It's really a whole mindset, a core principle for Muslims.
Absolutely. More than just an opening line. So let's unpack it a bit. Bismillah.
By starting with his name, you're consciously linking whatever you're doing, your intention, your effort, directly to Allah.
So it's like an acknowledgement that he's the source of all power.
Exactly. It's saying, I'm starting this, trusting in you. It's a constant reminder that nothing really happens without his will. A practical way to live out that oneness.
That's a powerful starting point. Then we get Ar-Rahman, the most compassionate. What kind of compassion are we talking about here?
This is usually understood as Allah's incredibly vast, universal mercy. It covers everything, all creation.
Everything. Believers, non-believers.
Yes. Everyone and everything in this world. Think of it like, well, the sun shines on everyone, right? It's that kind of general, all-encompassing care and provision.
Wow. Okay. A very broad embrace. And following that is Ar-Rahim, the most merciful. How does this differ? Is it just emphasis?
It's often seen as related but distinct. Where Ar-Rahman is vast and general, Ar-Ram is frequently understood as a more specific mercy.
Specific in what way?
More focused perhaps towards believers, especially highlighting the mercy they hope for in the afterlife. It suggests a kind of closer, more tender aspect of God's mercy for those who follow his path.
So like a universal compassion and then a more intimate mercy.
That's a good way to put it. One is breadth, the other may be depth or focus.
Okay. Now, the source talks about the spiritual weight of actually saying Bismillah. First point is about starting with good intentions.
Right. When you say it, you're essentially making a declaration. You're asking for Allah's approval, for his blessing on what you're about to do.
So it's like aiming your action towards good from the get-go.
Precisely. It helps purify the intention right at the start.
And then acknowledging dependence on Allah. How does this short phrase do that?
I mean, the phrase itself, with the name of Allah, implies that any strength, any ability you have isn't just yours, it comes from him.
Right.
It fosters a sense of humility. You recognize you need divine assistance for anything to truly succeed or be right.
That constant reminder of reliance, which leads to the next idea, bringing awareness of law into just everyday stuff.
Yeah, when it becomes a habit, saying Bismillah before you eat, before you work, before you travel, it acts as a little anchor.
An anchor.
Yeah, like it pulls your mind back to God. It focuses you, helps you stay mindful of acting correctly, and as the source notes, can bring a sense of peace and even protection from making mistakes.
Like a mental reset button before each task.
Okay.
And finally, inviting blessings and warding off negative influences. There's a hadith mentioned.
Yes, the hadith suggests that any important act started without mentioning Allah's name is essentially cut off or lacking in blessing.
Cut off, meaning incomplete.
Or devoid of that divine grace, that barakah. So saying Bismillah is like opening the door for goodness and closing it to shaitan, to negative forces that might lead you astray.
So it's an active step to seek protection and goodness.
Definitely.
The conclusion from the source really frames it beautifully. Bismillah isn't just for opening the Quran. It's the opener for all goodness in life.
It sums it up perfectly. It's an act of servitude, acknowledging you're a servant of God. It's a plea for help, constantly turning to Him. And it's a recognition of His mercy, both the vast universal kind and the special focused kind.
So, for you listening, this seemingly simple phrase is actually packed with meaning. It connects your daily actions to core beliefs about intention, humility, reliance on God, and His infinite mercy.
Which brings us to a final thought for you. What if you consciously paused and really meant Bismillah, reflecting on Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim before starting your next task, whether it's big or small? How might that shift your approach, your mindset, maybe even the outcome? Something to consider.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.